active sun, moon, rising Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need? Shadow read for this full moon to new moon in June. It's a lot of rhyming. 2022. I am your reader. Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Joining the Circle Productions since 1998. Cat mama of 3 little black cat. Well, not so little. They're mooses. Melchior joining us here for your reading out of nowhere. He does that. You may not be able to see him. It's a black cat on a black background, but if you see green floating eyes, it's not a spirit. It's him, except we're all spirit, right? Oh, and author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. Link in the description box. Never work with children or animals on stage with W.C. Fields. And because I am on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. I swear these Gemini reads are just always like this. And do check me out on Patreon. I'm having a field day over there, giving my spiritual, metaphysical best, a lot of exclusive content. We got 6 tiers at the time of this recording: humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses. A lot of good stuff being served over there, and packing it with the benefits for all levels. Why? Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey, that was a lot. Distractions appreciated, as always. What I call feline intervention. There, you see his eyes? There they are, right there. Okay, let's get up in this gig. If you're new to the channel, a 7-card draw is just, there he goes. He had his moment in the spotlight. A 7-card draw is just 1 card from 7 different decks, getting clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. So it is a timed read, not a timeless read. We're looking at a waning moon from full to new in the month of June 2022, a 14-day letting go, releasing, surrendering, alchemizing from lead to gold, forgiving, fill in the blank, shadow work. That's why they're called shadow reads, and we get a look at what you might need to know about that timeline. Let's look at it. The full moon in Sagittarius, Tuesday, June 14th, 7:52 a.m. I am driving up to Saratoga that day, so getting these done in advance. It's also my dad's birthday and Donald Trump's birthday and Flag Day. I need to get the fuck out of Dodge. Just true. I need to get out of Dodge. It's a bit much for me all at once. God rest my father's soul, but oof. Geminis, I love y'all. Yeah, Dad was a Gemini. That's why I don't date you all anymore. But then we are looking at the 2 weeks following from the 14th to the 28th, exactly 14 days, to the new moon in Cancer. Tuesday, June 28th at 10:52 p.m. So I will definitely be doing the magic. I always post a little something, a little spell work for the full moon and new moon. So I will be doing that probably before I leave. Got to probably do it between 11:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm in New York, to 12:30, record what I gotta record and have it ready for Patreon, and then y'all get it a couple of days later. What do you want? They're paying me directly. And certainly that new moon in Cancer, 10:52 p.m. That's a good 11 p.m. Spell casting time, if you ask me. And I'll have the 5-card draws for the waxing moon reads ready beforehand. So it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get different planetary zodiacal point of views from the situation, the timeline we're about to look at. Or, you know, it could be a whole other thing going on, because we all have more than one iron in the fire, incense in the burner. I don't know, choose your metaphor on that, so that you can get the hidden blessing in the shadow work, the gold within the lead, alchemically speaking. Otherwise, both feet on the floor, if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I will get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can, because let's be really clear about this. At the time of this recording, still a horrendous, tragic war going on in the Ukraine. Roe versus Wade is being like bandied back and forth like a volleyball. School shootings, it seems like every day. Corruption, oh my God, tomorrow is the January 6th hearings on TV. I mean, we're going through a really chaotic time, and if you're an empath, doubly so, because you're probably feeling all of that. And if you don't have context, it can make you feel a little cuckoo. So let's just say this. The more shadow work you do, the more you heal. The more you raise your vibration by facing and feeling and dealing with the things within our lives that really, really need more love, not less. Not that we're going to let it take over, but the more you do your shadow work, the less shadow there will be on the planet, in the sense of people getting possessed by their pain and doing things to cause other people great harm on all different levels. That's unity consciousness. I didn't make it that way, apparently, but you heal you, I'll heal me, we'll all help each other heal, and maybe we'll get a timeline on this planet that's not so frickin' terrifying. It's been a while now, huh? Pandemic and whatnot. So let's see if we can have fun with this. It is a shadow read. That is my ultimate vibe, is to try and deliver the guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power from the divine and try and keep it fun. I am the fun one, and that's why you want to subscribe. I know what I'm talking about. I have a very strong relationship with the divine. They put the right cards in my hand, and I have cool hair. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. There are two parts of this process, explaining it and then going this way. As using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call to the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the general assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, the spirit animals and totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures. For the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading, what is their dominant 8th chakra archetype, indicating the shadow work, changing the electromagnetic dynamics of every chakra underneath it, hence what they attract and what they repel, to help them do this, though it may suck. Location, it depends on how they look at it. So what is that dominant 8th chakra archetype for the Gemini collective? This full to new, May, June 2-2. The Damsel. Feminine family archetype. I have a lovely relationship with my own inner damsel, if you want to call it that. Gay man that I am, growing up in the 70s, 80s. Born in 68. I'm 53. Yeah, I know I don't look it. Thanks. Feminine family archetype of the 9 different families. Feline kitty cat archetype. Feline intervention. If you've ever seen the movie Ever After with Drew Barrymore, I think it is one of the best, at least semi-modern day contemporary depictions of the light part of the archetype. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I'm going to go close my window. Excuse me. Okay, it's like 3:30 here, Eastern time. The landscapers are just getting here now. It's like, I thought you were all done. Oops. So you can have an archetype for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Damsel comes and goes in my life. A reason could be a day. A season could be 10 years out of I don't know. Pick your lifespan, how long you want it to be for a season. But for a lifetime, it's from womb to tomb. Only you can know that. The shadow attribute written here is an indication of what the shadow work is. That's what you don't want to look at. Or if you know about it, you don't want anybody else to know about it, so you keep it hidden in the shadow. The light is what you're shooting for and is your contribution to healing this world by getting there step by step over a 2-week period. The shadow attribute, waiting for a night. That's K-N-I-G-H-T, not to be confused with J-Lo. Waiting for a night, whoa, to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusions, which, how in the world, if you were born in the past century or so, even this one, right? How could you avoid romantic illusions? They're everywhere. The one. Well, all we ever needed was the one, but it's all of us as one. There's only one of us incarnate. There's only one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right, right? What you're shooting for here over the 2-week period. Understanding the nature of healthy romance. What's that like? Gems, right? Everybody's got their own take on that, but when was the last time you actually understood it in a visceral level, not just up here in terms of definitions, right? Healthy, no codependence, for example, but also no abuse, no neglect, right? But loss is one of those things we all go through. Abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss of the 4 ego wounds. No one escapes the wounds of loss because it's part of the cycles of life, right? Loss and gain. Inspires you to rely on yourself. I had my damsel period. She might come back for a visit, maybe letting down her hair. Rapunzel. Leo rising that I am. So you can feel that. I mean, now let's be clear. It's a feminine family archetype. Doesn't mean that a man can't have this. And a heterosexual male, let's put it that way. It's not about gender. The archetypes are not about gender. Everybody has a masculine family archetype and a feminine family archetype and a wisdom and a divine. There are 9 different families, right? So you might be dealing with damsel energy. Even if it's not directly your own, it's teaching you something about the damsel. Because you can even say how many of us are waiting for some rescue from our financial situations in the world. I mean, like globally, right? Governmentally. Lots of different ways. I just don't like waiting in towers for very long. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. I can talk over a weed whacker. I'm from New York, and I'm a quarter Sicilian. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the east, next 4 chakras down, heart, throat, third eye, crown, right? The crowns, they're spiritual dynamic, their spiritual power. Third eye, their mental power, which is dominant, usually for an air sign. Their throat chakra, their willpower, their choices, their decisions. And their heart chakra, their emotional power. Now with the damsel, we're probably going to look at some kind of heart chakra there, because even if this isn't about romance, it certainly could be. That should be an indicator. But this is where the shadow work starts, right? We have to choose it, throat chakra, to feel we got to feel and heal what they got to heal. What do you got for them, my goddesses, this full to new June 2-2? Nice, 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles on the inner. Obviously, it's an earth sign card. It's an earth card. So Pentacles, heart, third eye, crown is about the wisdom you had through living life. In this situation, you've got the 3 of Pentacles, clay woman, a little bit different than what we see in the Rider-Waite Tarot with the 3 Pentacles. The guys are like, do you like it? Do you want it all over the castle? I can do that, and I'll run you a deal. Now, this is Aruru. The clay woman, I believe she's Peruvian, a goddess. She is taking the dirt from beneath her feet, separating out the clay from the dirt, molding it, mutable earth, very Virgo, and it hasn't gone in the kiln or the fire yet, which is over here, right? She's doing that with it. So inside, yes, you have a nice solid foundation, a medium, whether it's a happy medium or not, I don't know, of wisdom that you're kind of putting this together. I feel like the wisdom that you have from this or that experience, damseling, dealing with other damsels, however that works, that there's a lot in there. But remember, clay is wet, so there's an element of water in there too. So a nice foundation perhaps to build something really strong in terms of real wisdom in whatever the situation is. Let's look at the next 3 chakras down with the Mythic Tarot. Always got to explain these. This is about your relationships in the world and your relationship to the external world. The masculine, where Daughters of the Moon is feminine energy, goddess energy, yin. This is masculine energy, God energy, yang. You with me? Lower 3 chakras, root chakra is tribes, groups, circles of friends, your genetic heritage. Being a human being is tribal. Your favorite ball team, your favorite band, right? Those are tribes. Second chakra, one-on-one relationship, your relationship to another person or thing. Certainly the romantic sexual thing is second chakra in that sense. If it's with another person, one would think. That's lower 3 chakras, money, sex, power as well. Solar plexus is your relationship to yourself, your honor code, your boundaries, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't, what your gut is saying that no one else is. It gets in that moment. So it's your intuition and your self-esteem are so, they're 2 sides of the same coin. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Oh, all right. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Gemini. Powers of the East, please, my beloved. One card in clarity for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Lower 3 chakra dynamic can also be looking at them from the outside in, them looking at a person, place, or thing from the inside out. So what's going on with that Damsel shadow work in the 8th? But they've got the beginnings of the chops. They got enough wisdom in there to really start stabilizing. Of course, the 4 of Pentacles would come next. So what's, oh, I'll take that one. What's the lower 3 chakra dynamic for the gems this full to new June 2022? 3 of Cups. You got a double whammy, a numerological double whammy. Good thing I had coffee before I did this. That was hard to say. So, 3 of Pentacles on the inner, 3 of Cups on the outer. This is the wedding of Eros and Psyche. She hasn't seen what he looks like yet. Even though they're getting married, it's a great true love myth. It ends well in the 10 of Cups. You bet it does. But it's that thing of when, you know, that 3 of Cups, that celebration, that an emotional solid foundation. And I would certainly say, in terms of a lower 3 chakras, with the Damsel, this is probably more of a second chakra-like high. You already had the first date. You've already moved past the attraction phase. Now it's like party, carambo, fiesta, maybe friendship. Let us not forget that friendship, love is a rose, the friendship, the stem, the blossom, the romance, remove the blossom from the stem. You have a thing of beauty that will quickly wither and die. Nurture the stem, the bud will blossom, bloom, and fall again and again and again. That's a paraphrase from Marianne Williamson's A Return to Love. Great book. Highly recommend it. So, we definitely have something worth celebrating here. Or at least there's a very strong emotional bond, maybe even an empathic bond between you and probably one other person, but we've got 4 more cards to hit the table. So let's have a look. Let's get you a healing mantra. You got your 8th, your heart, third eye crown, and your lower 3 chakras here. Get you a healing mantra card from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck to help with that. Hey, no flipsies, kids. Let's just see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Alright, I call upon the Ascended Masters. I'm going to stick with General Assembly because this could play itself out so many ways, but with that romantic word twice on that Damsel card, I'm tempted to say soul contract probably is. What's the perfect healing mantra, Ascended Masters, for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading? Damsel in the 8th, Clay Woman, 3 of Pentacles, Wisdom building on the inner, 3 of Cups, emotional connection building beyond the state of just attraction. This is a marriage, a wedding we're looking at here, though it is not traditionally considered a marriage card. So what's the perfect healing mantra then to help them bring this together, to do the shadow work, to help them heal this full to new June to do? This one keeps coming up. Invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. Because I'm traveling next week, I'm doing the work, career, vocation reads, and these in the same day. So I just did Aquarius. They just got this in their work, career, vocation. So you air signs are really digging the breath thing. Cannot recommend breath work enough. I started with rebirthing back in the 80s. Learned all sorts of pranayama, this and that along the way. And now I'm doing the Wim Hof breath 2 or 3 times every day and before I do a reading. Check him out, Wim Hof, W-I-M-H-O-F. He's amazing. Whoopsie. Invoking, sorry, I skipped over it. There we go. Invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. One take on that is if you're aware of your breath, You're awake. You're in the present moment. So it's not just versus literally being asleep, right? It's about being here, being awake. It's part of the awakening process, working with the breath. Self-realization is a spontaneous remembrance of your interconnection to all that is. It's a unity mantra. You are willing to embrace your individuality as a unique expression of source in physical form, as are we all. But this is you realizing it, making it real. Realization is actually, yes, it's a noun, but it's also a verb. It's the process of making, it's the action of making something real, realization, right? By aligning with the breath, you see that while you appear to be a person, most likely, it is the universe that breathes everything into existence. And now we've got a Melchior. No, this is a Balthazar. Well, this is my Jan Brady. This is my Peter Brady. This is my Balthazar, my Leo. We are just getting feline intervention. He has pillow DNA, this cat. Distraction. Distraction. Go lay down with your brother. Motherhood never really ends. It is the universe that breathes everything into existence. Now, again, if you're feeling separation from somebody, well, you can go over everybody's head and just start connecting to the unity that we all truly are, because we're really lovely underneath it all. No doubt. This mantra is ideal for reducing stress, managing pain, and relaxing the nervous system. Each breath confirms how awake you already are. It's pretty good. Pretty good, considering your element of air. It can help, absolutely. I love that mantra. I love all of them, though, even the tricky ones. Let's talk to the higher selves of all involved. If there are other people involved here, their higher selves have a say in this, too. Let's see what hits the table from the party turner deck, as I like to call it. The party hath been turned. Whispers of Love Oracle. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Got really quiet outside. What is the whisper of love for the piece of information, inspiration, insight most needed for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, so that they can alchemize that damsel in the 8th with the wisdom they have building inside of them, and for a shadow read. They've got a nice solid foundation in there of wisdom through experience with the 3 of Cups on the outer. Those could be an interesting combination. Could it be a third party situation? Don't know in a 7-card draw. But we can ask the higher selves for the perfect piece of information, inspiration, insight needed so that they can invoke their own self-realization and do this shadow work this full to new June 2022. Love endures. Because love is love is God. God is love. It's all one, baby. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Look, if this is really a romantic thing, and chances are you have endured quite a bit and you have survived it, then part of the shadow work is sometimes as simple and as gentle as saying, I'm so sorry. You talk to your heart and you say, I'm just so sorry. This has been so rough. I'm sorry this has been so hard, but we're better. We are better. We may not see it right now, but I love you. And it doesn't matter what any of them do. I love you. And breathe, right? Something as simple as that, but of course the emotions that come up when you do things like that is the release of the 3 atoms in lead that make gold on the periodic table. Metaphorically speaking, don't eat lead and try and change it into gold in your digestive system. That just doesn't go well. All right. Love endures. So you're going to really have to call upon your own higher self here to say, help me endure this. Show me. Because it's true. Love doesn't give up. True love doesn't give up or lose faith. But faith in what? All right, you guys are giving us a lot of Marianne Williamson today in my head. Marianne Williamson said, faith is like a bank account. Where do you spend it? Where do you invest it? Does it give you a return? Do you put your faith in fear or love? That's Course in Miracles right there. Do you put your faith in that, all right, this is happening to make me better. I'm going to be better. There's a hidden blessing in this somehow. I may not see it. All you need to do is survive it. All you need to do is endure it. And it doesn't matter how messy, how nasty, how toxic. If your intention is to realize your true self through the process, then this is all alchemy. On the other side of it, you have more gold than lead. Symbolically, and maybe even literally, one would think. As within, so without. If you're going to be doing shadow work, why not know who your spirit animals and totems are? There is a difference. Spirit animals can come and go. Totems are lifelong. It really is that reason, season, lifetime deal. This is my favorite pantheon. We're using the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I freaking love her name. Being from New York, it's a very Italian, New York-y sounding name. But there's a lot of info in this book, so I just read the verbal sketch at the beginning and the magic implied to help you with the shadow work. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. I love you guys. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Who walks with them, who swims with them, who crawls with them, who flies with them, giving them the protection, the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power, and whatever else you want to say here. What is the perfect Divine Animals Oracle for my Gemini to help them alchemize the damsel with clay woman on the inner, 3 cups on the outer, invoking self-realization, their breath confirming how awake they already are as they endure. This feels like somebody who's enduring something, doing the shadow work, existing breath by breath. Okay, there was another breath I made out. Let's try another, because it can be that way. But you have they have building wisdom here. This is a good thing. Who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them this full to new, June 2022. The bison. Ritual? Ritual. I'm getting to know these cards, getting to know all about them. Getting to like them and hoping that they like me. They probably do. I'm a good witch. From New York, it's a little Elphaba, it's a little Glinda, depending on the day. I think you know what I mean. You're Geminis, you frickin' twins. Card number 35, 31, 33, 34. Bison. Now, this is a very heavy Native American image here, or indigenous peoples of America. I really want to... They keep changing it. I'm trying to keep up. I wish someone would send me a text when it changes. This is an incredibly powerful thing. A bison are essentially buffalo. I don't really know the difference between the two. But if you've got a buffalo, well, do you know the dance? Buffalo stance, a buffalo dance. Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow. Card number 35, ritual is your keyword. Live with authenticity and peace. So authenticity means being truthful with yourself and others around the clock, to the best of your ability. Do not live how other people wish you to live. Your life is yours. Now let's stick a pin in this. This is why I have thrown caution to the wind, shake the dice, steal the rice, and came out as a professional witch and a gay man. It's just I refuse to hide. Why? I'm freaking amazing, and so are we all. Underneath it all, that's why the more we do the alchemy, the more our light shines, right? And at the end of the day, I have said to people, I didn't incarnate for you. I incarnated for all of us. So let me do me and you do you. And maybe we'll end up on a paradise planet instead of this. Right? To continue. Do not live how other people wish you to live. Your life is yours. Bringing the peace of ritual into our lives can heal us. Indeed it does. What do you think I go through every morning to get ready to do this? I'm from New York. I'm not radiant like this when I wake up. Nourish yourself and develop habits that are beneficial and useful for you and your family. Honestly, it could have been the healing heartbreak mantra. This would have made a bit more sense. But I think this is about perhaps your longer trek in relationships, your path of true love. I do readings and writing a book on it, blah, blah, blah. The hero's journey through relationships for the spiritual evolution and awakening and integration of the higher self and the soul and the physical body. Love is the answer. But alchemy, that's the price of admission again and again and again. So to come rewrite your rituals, I learned from Carolyn Mace. We talked about her a little bit there. If you were to spend a week every morning just writing down what it is you do every morning, you don't have to obviously rewrite the same things over and over, but if you know, like for myself, first thing, right, hit the coffee machine because I set it up the night before, so I just hit the button and go upstairs, brush my teeth, put in my contact lenses, you know, and off my day goes. But usually I start with prayer first before I even do that, right? And after a week, days off and weekends and, you know, all of that, you start to see that first hour of your day alone really shapes your trajectory. So even something as simple as that, just to become aware of it. The magic. The magic of the bison is an ancient one that asks us to put aside the everyday and connect in with the natural world and that of the spirits. Well, invoking self-realization in that breath is that process as well, in a respiratory prana chi sort of way. Can't get more natural than your breath. Mentos just flashed through my head. You better have some Fresh Maker. Having everyday rituals that is important touchstone for mental and spiritual help. Keeping to good and positive ritual and habits for ourselves is something with which the bison can help us. You can call upon the bison, and there is such a rich history of the buffalo and the bison in the indigenous traditions of the Americas. I would think both, well, I'm thinking both north and south. Do they have them inside? I am not zoologist. I am witch and reader. I am mystic. So whatever your rituals are, they're going to help you endure. Lord knows they help me endure. When I'm laying on the couch with a cat on my stomach and I got 3 more videos to do because I'm on break, I'm like, no! Well, I have a ritual that I do. I breathe, right? I pray. I'm like, do you guys want me to do this? And in other words, it changes. Look, I am Virgo, mutable earth. I don't like the same thing over and over and over again. Pisces moon, that's mutable water. That's a lot, right? It's a lot of mutability there. It's got to feel right. So make it part of your art, right? Change it up. You don't have to do the same thing every day, all day. All day, every day, if you're Abraham Hicks. I like that. Ritual. Yeah, this is giving you a way through this, but no one expects to do 100 push-ups on Monday and have a 6-pack ab by Tuesday, right? This is something you build. This is more of a waxing moon reference, but you know what I'm saying. All right, last card down. As I said, there's a hidden blessing here, indicated with the gold, right? Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself, certainly writing, creating, doing your own rituals, helping you endure as you're breathing, invoking self-realization and whatever is going on with that 3 of Cups there. This is the gold hidden in the lead, and as much fun as we've been having, up to you, subjective, we do these blessings for real. We've got the hardware. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, give us this last card down, our 7th card in the 7 card draw, the hidden blessing, using the Blessed Be, the mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower by Lucy Cavendish. Please, what is the hidden gold within the lead? The hidden blessing at the end of this, that should they choose to alchemize that damsel, to understand the nature of healthy romance, inspiring them to rely on themselves with this wisdom building inside of them, and the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups on the outer. It feels like there's celebration and commitment in the air, but there's some self-realization that they need to make sure, am I really awake? Am I as clear? Am I as present as I need to be? With each breath confirming how awake they already are, and so that their higher selves, they can take that note. All right, love endures. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to have faith in a higher plan, because the universe always has a plan, no matter how anything appears to be. And they can be hopeful and withstand every situation by enduring with ritual, calling upon that bison vibe for them. If they do all this to the best of their ability, and however they do it individually, uniquely, what is the potential gold within the lead, the hidden blessing for them? This shadow worky full to new June 2022. A blessing to heal a relationship. See, that's why I make the big bucks here free on YouTube. Well, on Patreon, and I'm $100 an hour for a reading USD for a client. I've been that way since 1998 when I started the company. Can't say I'm doing this only for the money, but you know, it helps pay bills, right? So we're going to read this from the Bookie Book, our third and final Bookie Book read. Card number 28, and I dig what she's wearing, and she got a raven on her lap. Yeah, that's a raven. That's not a crow. That's too big to be a crow. I know the difference. I live on Long Island. And I'm moving up to Saratoga in the next couple of years, so we get to see big birds up there. Well, not literally big bird. I know how to count. Thanks. Let's keep it light, because we're about to go deep. I think you've been waiting for this one, Gems. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheons of all pantheons, confer this blessing through me. Use me for the gems. Let's go. Card number 28, a blessing to heal a relationship. A blessing to aid you when a relationship seems to be a struggle and you cannot find a way to mend your torn heart. Here we go. This blessing is yours. A charge of energy with which you can reweave the threads that once gently held you in suspended relationship. You know, it's like walking on air. It's like, oh, yeah. Once there was understanding and intimacy, ease and comfort, but for a while now there may have been trouble and discord, a sense of displeasure that stains the days, making the time you spend together uncomfortable and self-conscious. Has the expiration date come and gone, darling? That's just hit my third eye like a little zap. So take now this blessing and pour it upon the troubled waters between you. And before we go on, this is then saying that this relationship, though it is Three of Cups, there is an emotional bond, but according to this, there is need of healing. And the purpose of relationships is to heal. I know, it's not about getting what you want, it's about getting what you need. I didn't write that rule. When there is uneasiness, let the expression of what causes this to be found, and if it be found within each other, let a gentle disentanglement begin until the source is discovered and is cured without strain and blame. Anyone who blames you isn't happy. You don't blame when you're happy, and the easiest way to find happy is let go of blame. Thank you, Matt Kahn. 10 Golden Rules of Letting Go. The universe always has a plan. Brilliant book. Let your hands reach out one to the other and feel the warmth of your humanity pulsing through the blood beneath the skin until the comfort of each other heals the coldness that has come between you. Let you begin to speak from the heart, flowing and strong, even if the voice that sends the words forth seems to choke within your throat at first. Let understanding begin to glimmer understanding the healthy nature of romance perhaps, and grow, and the willingness to give and the openness to receive be explored, until the hearts that lie within you both open up and bloom within the new care and tenderness with which you agree to hold each other's most cherished dreams and hopes. Let words, soft and true, fall between you until you begin to trust and arise from the bed of nails that you have each slept on since this disharmony came between you. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So let it be, and so it is. That does make sense. A damsel with building wisdom and a 3 of Cups weirdness going on there, maybe cause for celebration, but it feels like there's some disharmony there, so you work on you. Your breath confirming how awake you already are, invoking self-realization as you endure with some sort of ritual. I recommend breath work. That's a blessing of healing upon this relationship. That's pretty clear, actually. So if you like it, hit the thumbs up. It helps other people find it, right, who need it. Because imagine you healing this within yourself a little bit and everybody else healing it a little bit. It's going to make the opportunity for healthy romance a little bit better, a little bit easier to get for all of us. And certainly if you want more of me, I'm not quitting. I'm keeping going. I'm having a field day doing these readings, taking clients all over the world. So subscribe here on YouTube if you want. Well, like I said, I know what I'm talking about. The gods put the cards in my hand and I'm fun and I have cool hair. And if you want to go deeper, all kidding aside, you want to go into the deeper magic, miracles, and mysticism, come play Patreon on Patreon. I'm not joking. They're getting exclusive mystical spiritual stuff. I stream there pretty much every morning with a cup of coffee, a bathrobe, and my hair doing what it's going to do, talking about the day's lunar astrology. I love it. It's my warm-up. It's my first video of the day. Today I'm doing 5. So I started my day with that, and I love the community I'm building over there, so check it out if you like. Otherwise, if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a video in the description box called Booking a Reading with Mal. Explains the whole process for you, explains everything for you, just like Clarissa. Thank you, Nickelodeon, and Melissa Joan Hart. Letting the goofy out as I let this reading go, and the Gemini collectives, I love you. I hope you're doing okay. Reach out, get help should you need it, not just to me, but to whomever you are guided. You just need to survive this and endure this. Focus on the breath. I love you. Hang in there, and may your healing be a blessing on all relationships that need healing, moving forward in a very tricky timeline on planet Earth. I love you. Hang in there. Hell, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.